Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk. I'm Heidi Smith, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in the United Kingdom, and today I'm playing with Hippest Hippos, that I keep calling Happiest Hippos because I think they're pretty happy and cute, which is one of the items in the celebration rewards this time round. So you've got these lovely Hippest Hippos stamp set. As you can see here, this is the one here. 3 hippos, lots of little really fun ones, you know, oh, you really are the best, things like that. And that's a level 1 reward, so £45 spend, you get the stamps, or you can choose the stamps. Then for another £45 spend, you can then buy the dies that cut those out and have these really cute little accents. And as you can see, we've got little splashes, we've got the little life ring, which is currently AWOL, missing in action on my craft room floor somewhere. Can't find it anywhere, but there we go. Little mask and goggles, and lots of other little bits and pieces as well. And I just thought it was fun to make like a little scene card. Yeah, that I thought people would enjoy. Oh yes, and you've got this little boat and even a little propeller. There's flowers, there are all sorts, but they are teeny tiny. So yeah, I dropped mine. I heard it ping. I can't find it, despite going over the floor with a magnet. Anyway, that's enough about that. The paper I've used on this is another celebration special. It's the Rings of Love paper. You can see here lots of lovely sort of autumn and sort of floral sort of images. But on the back of this one here, this beautiful blue tip one, is this lovely salt effect one. So that's another one. But I thought, well, actually, you might not have enough spend to get that reward, so maybe the host one might be suitable. Get together with your friends, and this is the yeah, it's a really great reward. So host rewards are when you spend £150 or more, you get 10% or more in effect free stuff, and you can spend it on some special stuff that you can spend it on ordinary Stampin' Up! Stuff, but certain things, there are stamp sets and this paper that you can only get with your Stampin' Rewards. So you can see all the papers there, and they are double-sided. So lovely. So I thought, well, maybe you'd get together with some friends and you'd end up with some paper. So I thought one of the papers is this lovely sort of seagull one as well. So I thought that would be perfect. So let's get started with the project. Okay, so we're going to do some stamping first. Now, I have already done some preparation, please, now, so you're not going to sit here. I'm going to colour one of the hippos for you, just to show you. So we're going to ink up our stamp in Memento ink. We're just going to pop that down, a nice crisp image, lovely, you know, Stampin' Up! Quality red rubber images. And I've coloured these in 2 ways. So these ones I've coloured in grey granite. This is what it looks like in smoky slate, which is what I started doing. But then I kind of went, no, hippos are more grey, sort of browny grey. So grey granite came out, light and dark. And I'm just going to show you one of them. This is how I colour. I will always admit, I am not the best. Yeah, there are people out there who are incredibly artistic and can colour so realistically. But I think mine, I'd like to think it's good enough. So I'm going in first of all with my light. Then I take my bullet tip, and any bits like this that are kind of like, might have a shadow or creases. So sort of the outside edge, you know, is kind of almost sort of make it look as if it's a little bit in the distance. And I'm just kind of coming in with a bit of shadowing there. Then come back in, and you can use either the brush tip or the bullet tip, but I'm using the bullet because these are quite small images, just little circles. And I'm just kind of going round those just to blend them in. There we go, just like that. And then do the same again on the body. And I tend to work in smallish sections. That's the dark. I don't want the dark, I actually want the light. Okay, never mind. Oh, well, that bit's going to be a bit darker than planned. Because obviously the way that an alcohol marker works, it is blending while it's wet. So you're kind of saturating the the card, so you don't want to allow it to dry too quickly. So come in and just sort of add some detail. So here where there's like a little sort of crease, that's going to be a little bit of shadow. Here in the sort of crooks of the arms, and underneath that sort of in the chin, that's going to be a little bit darker. And I'm just going over the sort of toes, so to speak. And then with the light, just come in and blend that. Sort of go over where they join, and just try and take away any sort of harsh lines. And then I'm just going to simply colour the tummy, just in just in the light, and then come up and do the head. Like so. And again, just sort of come in and, if you like, sort of the other side of that where it's going to be a little bit of darker. And again, just blend that out. Does what it says on the tin, so just blend away. Like so. And then whatever colour you happen to have, I've got Poppy Parade here for the flower, and I will find a green at some point. Once you have coloured that, all you're going to do is either fussy cut it out or grab the die and die cut that out. So really easy. Easy to do. We're going to want to cut one of our little boats. Now I've done this one in brown. They're just in some nice soft suede. But you could obviously, you could do it in whatever colour you wanted. And it is a good way to kind of use up some scraps as well. So I'm just grabbing a little bit of Misty Moonlight. Scrap that, it is retired, but any colour would do. I'm going to have a little boat there. So that's our little boat die. As I said, all the dies in here, you'll see you've got like a little tub, and you've got this little cute propeller. This is not a pizza slice. I looked at that and thought it was a pizza slice. Obviously it's a party hat, which obviously most people would have known, but not me. So once you've actually cut your images, you want 4 images. So I've got one of the flower ones, I've got a couple of the running ones, and then I've got one of the dancing ones as well. So you're going to want 4 of those. I've die cut a little boat and some other little pieces here. So I have cut these out of basic black, which I have added to with adhesive sheets. So I'm just going to pop that over the mask over there, and pop our snorkel in there as well, like so. Again, this is just a little bit of a metallic foil. If you stab it, you'll just rip it apart. Okay, well I'm assuming perhaps I didn't put adhesive sheet on there after all, but either way, just add it to the back of our little boat with some Tombow in that case. Right, and leave it to one side to dry, and then I'll need to use an eraser on that. Okay, so the one that's gone AWOL is this little tiny one here. So I'm just going to come in, and I've just cut it out of basic white, and I'm just adding the traditional red to that, like so. And what I actually do is to keep hold of things, I pop them on a bit of a post-it note just to keep it to hand. You're then going to want 2 pieces of card, and I'm going to use some Pool Party this time, which are 7 by 5 centimetres. And this is where we're going to use our little kind of wave die that we've got, and I'm going to cut that across the top, and then I'm just going to put it halfway across the middle as well, and pop that through your die cutting machine. So on this one I'm cutting it from the left, and on this one I've done it from the right, just to add that little wave. Then you want to take a piece which is 5 by 14 centimetres, and you're going to die cut that twice across the top. And then if you look on here, I did it once on the left and once more on the right to create our little waves. So you'll hear me cutting away in the background. So once you repeat die cut that, you might need to come in with your snips if you haven't quite joined them up. My snips have got tangled, and just trim those down. You can see there, just on the edge. And it doesn't matter if you come to the edge or not, because you're just going to stick that down in a little while. So that's kind of, the other things you will need then. You will then need a piece of DSP that is 14 by 10, and that's going to create our seam. So we're going to add that to the front there, but you don't want to stick it down straight away because you want to leave space for these to go in. So we're going to stick it across the top here and across the very bottom, and then we're going to leave the sides actually sort of detached, so to speak. The slots, I should have said, not the sides at all. So just line that up with the bottom of your DSP. Now if you want to be really frugal, you could obviously cut a smaller piece, but I think it just helps to create the scene. Then we can pop our boat in there. And just tuck that into the side so it's kind of behind the waves. And then our character, I'm going to just add some adhesive quite loosely to the back there, and I've got just a little bit of twine, and you could use any sort. This is an old one. Let's actually got it, there we go. And all I've done is I've just pulled out, I couldn't find my baker's twine, so I'm just pulling my linen thread even. So just pulling a little bit out of that, adding it behind the hand of our hippo, and then just popping him or her into the boat, like so. Then we can pop our other character. And you see this one here, I added a little bit of pink onto the cheeks, so they're going to pop down into there. So again, sort of flat glue, just some Tombow on the back there, and tuck them in. So I thought it looked more like she'd got a swimsuit than a ballet tutu. And then I'm just going to pop that there, like so. So that's our kind of scene being created. Then we're going to do a similar thing with these two pieces here. So this is a piece that is 7 by 5, and I'm going to add my die cut to the front of those, and it doesn't matter if that shows behind because it's going to blend into our background as well, but you could always go a little bit deeper if you wanted to. So I'm just adding my glue, probably off camera there. I'm adding the glue to the top but leaving the sort of slot, so to speak. This will be my right hand panel. Again, just line that up. Then I'm going to just put some adhesive on the bottom part of that, bottom section of that hippo while it's still there. Just pop that there and just make sure you haven't sort of moved it too much. And similar effect on the other side. So again, add our adhesive to our panel. Pop that in there. And then just a little bit of adhesive. So all of this is sort of quite flat at the moment. So just pop ones in there. Okay. So once you've kind of got your pieces done, obviously if you want to, as you can see on here, I stamped and coloured one of my hippos in. If you'd got one already done, so I've got one actually that's stamped and die cut, you could add that onto the back, or you'd obviously stamp and colour. And when you do that, what you might like to do is just come in with your blends and just create a little bit of shadow at the bottom there, so they kind of look as if they're standing on the ground. So now we just need to create our card base, and that's really simple. Just some straight scoring. And what you want is a piece of card that is 27.5 by 10.5 centimetres. And you are going to score at 2. Open it out. At 6.5. At 21. At 25.5, and I hadn't actually trimmed it down to 27.5. Okay, so trim it then down to 27.5. Then you're going to turn it, and at 4 centimetres, that's what I've gone wrong with those, I made those too big. Sorry. At 5 centimetres even, you're just going to cut that very first section and do that top and bottom. I'll be off camera for the bottom one. Then you want to just fold this out of the way and cut diagonally. If you've done my display fold cards, this is sort of similar again. So the same over here. It's this one here that we want to do. So fold our one we want to keep out of the way, our score line and our cut and cut. So yes, those are the pieces. You could make them, I made those a little bit smaller. But it, again, it doesn't matter because it will all blend in. But if you wanted to, what you could actually do is on this edge here, just follow around, which I'm going to do with my snips, and just trim away that edge. That will make me happier. There we go. I'm going to do the same again with this one. Just following around. Right. And now you've done that, you're going to come in with your adhesive and put adhesive just on that fold back panel, and then line up with the edge of our panel like so. Just hold that in place, and that's one of the rare occasions when I will actually adhere something without laying the card out flat. What I haven't done is reinforce those score lines, so just going to do that. So the same on this side. So I'm going to come in, put my adhesive onto that fold back 2 centimetre flap, and then line that up like so. And as I said, the navy just blends in. That's really easy to do. Open it up, and then all we've got to do is add our seam to the middle. And again, because we've made it just half a centimetre smaller, you can get that nice narrow border. But what you're also going to do is it's not going to interfere with the folding of your card. Turn over and add your panel to the back. And I think these are great. These would be great cards for anybody who loves swimming or any kids. Great fun characters. So there we go. There we have a pair of Hippest Hippos double fold back cards to make a fun swimming, sailing theme. Thanks for watching. Come back and see me again soon. And if you'd like to get the Hippest Hippos for free, just spend £45 and you can choose them. And if you spend £90 or £45 another time in July or August, you can then choose the dies. Lots of options for you. So thanks for watching. Come back soon. Bye.